So the other day I was trying to come up with ideas for builds that I hadn't necessarily seen before, but would also not require me to spend like 5 hours playing customs just to get a sniff of a 10 win. So the thought that I had was to use Leopard, and it's not that long ago that I put out a Leopard video, and it's one of my least favorite pets. It's super toxic in custom packs. It really hurts the variety because it's just so much better than everything else in a format that is extended. You know, if you're playing 1v1 maybe, or a lobby with a small number of players, or maybe if you are playing like a tempo pack and you're racing to 10 wins quickly, Leopard's probably not going to be that big an issue. But anytime you're going into the teens, after turn 13, 14, 15, Leopard kind of just becomes the default, where it's going to be better than almost everything. Except, I guess, Lionfish is kind of in that conversation as well, although maybe not quite as strong anymore. So what I wanted to do was mitigate the fact that I was going to be doing a Tiger Leopard build and go for one Leopard maximum damage. We're going to achieve that by having a level 3 Tiger and a level 3 Wolverine as well, and then we also give the Leopard Pineapple. And that is a huge amount of damage for just a 3 squad. And we'll get there eventually, but you'll see what I mean. So here we find the Leopard, and I've already got the guinea pig ready to swap. And there were lots of games where it took quite a while to find the Leopard, and so having the frog swap felt like it was pretty much necessary so that we weren't wasting stats. And I felt like Bird of Paradise was a really obvious take as well, because we only care about having 3 units on our team. We're going to end up with a 3 squad. So, the bird just works perfectly with that, because we can have the empty buy sell slot and keep taking stuff like zebra and crow as well, since we're very interested in getting the full level 3 team. And I think here, I can't remember if I sell the weasel or not yet, but we do roll the Wolverine and the Tiger. Yeah, I think I'm taking my time thinking about it, but maybe I'm just going to go with the keeping the Wolverine for a little while, since it is giving 3 gold per turn, and then we get the pineapple. And I'm just rolling for the pill as well. That's also another good reason to run the 4 squad, because then we can pill blobfish. Getting the levels is the most important thing, because Leopard is the only unit that actually needs the 50 attack. Any stats we get onto the Tiger and the Wolverine is just a bonus. And the mechanics of Tiger are a big reason why Leopard is such a problem unit in the extended formats. So here we're on turn 12, and from this point on we're going to start to see an awful lot more Leopards and Lionfish. And it's just because the Tiger doesn't require any scaling of its own. So if we level up the Tiger, in fact, if we just buy a base stats Tiger and put it behind a 50 attack Leopard, we're immediately getting a 25 damage snipe for 3 gold. And, we buy 2 more Tigers, we're then getting another 25 damage snipe. And so we're doing a ton of damage here, but of course, scaling is very strong in customs. So we are going to face a lot of teams that have very high stats. So we really need to maximize all 3 of the units in order to deal with those teams. And of course, there are going to be other opposing teams that have Leopard themselves, or Lionfish as well. And we did 100 damage at the start of battle there, I think, and yet it was still a relatively close fight, because the only unit that we have with big stats is the Leopard. So I'm going to take the level, so we go up to level 3, so now we've got 5 snipes from the Leopard. I don't want to calculate the damage, but we'll see it in a second. And we find the oyster for the buy sell. Now here's a Lionfish team. So turn 14, we're now in prime Lionfish Leopard territory. They also had a level 3 Stork with a 1-up and a bunch of monkeys, I think it was, at the back. So that was the turn 14 opponent was Lionfish, and then we'll what do you think it's going to be next? Okay, now we're getting close to the level 3s. I actually could have been buy selling Stoat here as well, because it gives us a chance to find the other units. So here's Lionfish again, double T-Rex, level 3. Although, actually, it was very close in the end. I'm not sure, I didn't notice, was that a level 3 lionfish or not? It seemed like we should have been destroyed there. But now we get to level 3, so we have the 6 snipes from the leopard. And I'm going to buy, sell the anglerfish here. Not sure why. Did they have a tiger? I've maxed out the tiger anyway. Maybe they had a wolverine. But it's not going to matter because we find the wolverines we need. So now it's just a case of scaling stuff up. And the leopard has actually hit 50-50 now. So turn 16 opponent. And it is lionfish again. And we actually delete their entire team. That was a slightly less optimal scaling setup they had there. So they were a little bit optimistic with the scorpion at the front, I think. And am I thinking about, yeah, I'm just working out how to maximize the scaling now. Because of the change where 50-50 units are passed over, we're guaranteed to hit the tiger and the wolverine there. But we're just one wolverine away from the full damage setup. And here we go again, another lionfish team. But we actually do have enough stats there to hang on. So now we go on to 9 wins. And we're going to take the level on the wolverine. We can actually buy, sell the zebra, although I should have sold the bird of paradise first before doing that. We are guaranteed to miss the leopard with the zebra because it's already 50-50. I could have sold the bird of paradise here and used the cat, but I guess I'm just going to activate it one last time and then sell it. So we have 2 hearts as well, so we can take a loss and still be alive. Probably need to buy some equipment. Maybe I shouldn't have frozen the chicken leg. And then here we go. This is exactly what you expect to see. T-Rex with monkey, double leopard. And yeah, with the 5 squad, we're not going to be able to compete with that. So we get one more chance. Again, buy, sell zebra for guaranteed hits on the other units. And we're going to look for some equipment. And I don't think I had melon in this pack. So we're just going to take the garlic. Maybe that can block some woodpecker snipes. And then it's lionfish again. So how many was that in a row? Leopard or lionfish, I mean. And because we actually snipe 3 units at start of battle, all 3 zombie flies spawn and we end up losing. And let's take a closer look at why. Alright, I've been waiting for the perfect opportunity to demo this website in a video. This is sapcalculator.com, made by BurtBoyMan, and I will link it in the description if you want to try it. Now, multiple people have asked me in the past to make a website like this, but thankfully now I don't have to. And this essentially is a simulator for SAP, and it's set up with all the current pets that are in the game. And you can even create custom packs. Basically every option is covered. And I'm not going to go too in depth with it, but I do want to show the calculation for the battle that you just watched. So we've got everything set up here, tiger, leopard, wolverine. If you want to pause and make sure I've got all the numbers correct here, feel free to do so. And we've set up the opposing team as well. And the first time I did this and clicked simulate, it actually told me that I didn't lose any battles at all. And it turned out that there was a little bug where the zombie flies were not spawning in the correct slots. And that was resulting in me either winning or drawing every time. However, I messaged Bert and it was very quickly fixed. So now we can see what my chances were of winning that last battle. So feel free to make your guesses now. It's going to give us a percentage. So what do you think? Was I a favorite or was it more likely for the opposing team with the lionfish to win? All right, 3, 2, 1. We click simulate and it gives me roughly a 62% chance of winning with the first simulation. So what it does is it plays 1,000 games and then sees who won. So 617 went to me, 145 went to the opponent, and then there were 238 draws. But we can just click simulate again and it will do the same thing because of the randomness. We've got random leopard, we've got random lionfish as well. So that means that even if it plays 1,000 games, it's not guaranteed to cover every possible outcome. So the opponent had a slightly better chance of winning there, and we can keep doing that a bunch of times. It generally tends to hover around 15-16%. But the interesting thing is we can then also drill in and look at what actually happened in each battle. So if I click the first battle, it will tell me the sequence of events, all the different interactions that happened. And so what I'm really interested in is the situations where my opponent actually won. So if we click opponent here, it will show all the battles where the opponent won. So I can click on the first one. And no surprise, it is exactly the scenario that happened in the video where the T-Rex, tiger, and turkey all were killed off. And that resulted in the triple zombie fly spawning at the start of battle. And if we then click on the next one, again, it's the same scenario. So tiger, T-Rex, turkey, fainted, triple zombie fly. And I actually sat the other day and clicked on all 150, 60 battles, and they were all the same, where they all ended up with the, it was always those three pets fainting at start of battle where the opponent ended up winning. Although while investigating this, Bert did tell me that there was a battle where this spread of snipes didn't happen and I still lost. But it seems like it was a pretty rare occurrence. Anyway, it's a very useful website, and next time you have a battle where you feel like you should have won, why not try putting the teams in here and checking to see how close it actually was. Alright, on with the rest of the gameplay. And I was farming clips at an alarming rate trying to do this. So here's another one with the triple level 3 setup. And we face opposing level 3 leopard and tiger, and of course with a 3 squad, all the damage is concentrated onto those units, and we lose to the leech. Then here's one where you would think we have a big advantage, but it's toad hedgehog, and everything's going to respawn. In fact, it's toad hedgehog with Nyala at the back, which you don't see that very often, but yeah, we lose turn 20 to the almost 50-50 doggo. Next up, I actually get matched with Toonie for the bus, who has almost the full team of 50-50s. Catfish Zebra, I think it was. Toonie hasn't been uploading videos lately, but nice to see him still actually playing the game. So next up, this one I actually put into the calculator because I felt like I should have won, but it turned out I was an underdog. It's just that the ending here looks really funny, where the 1 health leech gets the extra buff from the crane. So those were a bunch of the miserable failures, and now we'll move on to the last game I want to show. So in this one, we're turn 11, I haven't found the leopard, and I actually played the 5 squad with the owl and just let the mouse fly off screen. I'm just hanging on, trying to find the leopard so I can swap the owl's stats over with the frog. And we're using the... oh yeah, that was a bit of a misplay there where I bought the anglerfish and then I skipped instead of selecting one of the pets, so I missed out on the buy sell. I guess the whole point of taking the angler with the bird of paradise is just to get the, you know, it's 1 gold, but you've spent 3. Same as stoat and chinchilla and so on. We're just trying to trigger the bird of paradise as many times as possible. So hopefully I won't make that mistake on the next turn. But we do eventually find the leopard, and I'm just going to keep the owl for 1 more turn so that we still get the mouse. And we do end up missing the toucan, which has the peanut, so we're going to lose that one. I felt like any time I got into this situation where I had the bird of paradise that I felt like I was very confident I was going to get to the end and at least have the chance to go for the 3 squad win. And I think here I'm going to run the leopard separately for a little bit. Since we only had 2 pets, we were going to waste some buffs with the bird anyway. And yeah, I think, am I going to wait? Okay, I'm going to combine them now. And we do end up finding the wolverine. There were a lot of games where I was playing the weaker units at the front as well, because I kept facing like mantis shrimp and stuff. So much better to just waste a snipe on one of those weak units than to let the leopard take the hit. And I think here we are going to be fine, just. A lot of the teams that you end up losing to with these snipes tend to have you know, units like deer or stork or eagle with mushroom, and you know, they end up resummoning enough stuff at the end. So yeah, we'll use the angler properly this time. So we're actually spending 1 gold, but as far as the Bird of Paradise is concerned, it's actually 3. And there's a stoat there as well, so we can sell the stoat and potentially get any of the 4 units on our squad. So I am actually just going to go for the level 3 Bird of Paradise here. We still need 5 wins, so we've got a decent distance to go. And this is exactly the type of opposing team we want to see. Kind of a hybrid summon team with the bat, and the wolf spawns the pigs, which push the Nyala off screen. I don't think they really had enough summons for the level 2 vulture coming back to be relevant anyway. And I'm willing to go for the level 3 bird. There were so many games I lost because the wolverine and the tiger didn't have high stats, and it was just the leopard. So, you know, I would really like to have 3 big units. But definitely I am willing to sacrifice scaling just to make sure I get all 3 units to level 3, because otherwise the video is not going to live up to its promise in the thumbnail. So I'm not sure why I sold the duck there. It wasn't actually necessary. I should have just kept it for a turn and then sold it for extra gold next turn. This team is more like what you'd expect to see with all the high tier units. The T-Rex, monkey plus leopard, but we end up out sniping them. And yeah, we'll equip the pineapple on the leopard because that's something that can easily be forgotten. And I think there were some games where I got to the end only to realize I had all the level 3s, but I hadn't found the pineapple. And we only need 6 more units or chocolates. We're actually going to lose here as well, so we do get a little bit more time, although we are going down to 1 heart. So I'll take the level on the bird because, you know, any level up could potentially hit leopard, wolverine or tiger anyway. And then I freeze the anglerfish here because so many opposing teams have one of these units that it's pretty likely to that you could find something that you could yoink. And actually here we end up facing Hawker P, definitely correct pronunciation of that username. And no units that I could steal, unfortunately, but we are just going to buy sell the angler anyway for the Bird of Paradise. So wolverine is now 1 away, leopard's 1 away, and we get the leopard on the next roll. But no tiger or wolverine on the level up. So we're now guaranteed to get the wolverine next turn. We just need to keep winning. And husky team is perfect because they don't have equipment, although they do have a level 3 lionfish. We are going to hang on. And so now level 3 wolverine. Buy sell oyster for increased odds of finding the tiger. We get a chocolate, and we have to find a chocolate now. Although we can sell the Bird of Paradise, of course. And we actually get the chocolate on the last roll. So, I mean, I buy sell the oyster anyway, even though there's really nothing left to do. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to buy any equipment here unless we end up tying the next fight. So here we go, the full level 3 squad, max damage, single leopard. And finally, the game gave me a summon opponent as the last enemy. And I don't know how many games I played. It was maybe something like 25 to 30. But every single time, the opposing team at the end was a massive scaled team or leopard or lionfish. And it just took so long to finally get that summon team that we could squash.